Shane, let's go on to Pittsburgh here. Let's talk to you about what's going on here. So we've got a new, what's Burke's title officially? President,
He's
what is
the
he?
president of hockey operations. Yeah.
Okay, and so we've got Ron Hextall now the new GM. We
Yeah.
know that they want to be active, right? They've
hmm
said that they're looking to improve, but they don't necessarily have all the pieces to trade. They don't have a ton of draft picks. They don't have a lot of cap. Like, what do you see Pittsburgh doing, if anything?
Well, they've had a couple of months now to evaluate, so it's now time to execute. But unfortunately, when you don't have the resources, it's going to be hard to do so. So they've come out and said that they're looking for a physical winger. They're looking for a centerman, but at the same time, Jim Rutherford has emptied the cupboard. So they only have a second round pick. I think they have a sixth and a few sevenths this year. So I can't see Burke or Hextall even thinking about trading a draft pick because they haven't gone through a draft yet with the team. But that being said, also a wild card thing that I see is the prospects, because none of them were drafted by Burke, none of them were drafted by Hextall, so they don't really have those ties to them. Whereas, if you've been the GM and you've seen the draft pick develop through a couple of years, maybe you're a little more reluctant to keep them as opposed to letting them go. So I could see them, trying to get a rugged winger, a physical winger, maybe somebody that can slide over to center. They've had a lot of injuries, like every other year, it seems. So if they can find somebody that's versatile to play the wing, play center, and he's not afraid to get into the dirty areas, then I think that's somebody they're looking for.
So you've mentioned those are the pieces that maybe Burke and Hextall are looking for. But if you, as a fan or somebody who covers the team, could make a wish list of who you might want to see Pittsburgh go after, who would be the highest on your list?
Nick Foligno of Columbus would be a nice piece. He can play the wing, kill penalties. Their PK has been terrible this year, and he's can slide over, play some center. Miles Wood of New Jersey, somebody I like, a big physical guy, plays with speed. You got to have speed if you're playing with Pittsburgh. So he's a guy that I could see. He's got a year left in his contract too. So I don't know how much Burke and Hextall want to make a hockey trade, but he's another guy. One name that seems to be getting talked a lot this trade deadline is Luke Glendening of Detroit. Face-off specialists, and the Penguins, they need that. And when you have Malkin back, who should be back soon, McCann will slide down to that third center. And I don't know if you want to have Glendening and sell off a couple prospects for a fourth line center that might not move the needle. But he's somebody that could kill penalties and win those key draws. So somebody that's certainly on the radar for sure. And I think he's only making 1.8 last year of his deal. It's the kind of guy you can sneak in under the cap at the deadline.
Do you think Pittsburgh's going to be really active here? Like, is this a situation where we've got a new GM, we've got a new president, we've got some aging players, we've got some injuries going on here? Is this a lot of talk and maybe not a lot of action? Or do you think that Pittsburgh actually kind of swings for it here and tries to make a deal here before Monday?
I think Burke was pretty open right away, saying that, we're going to win now. We're not going to, the Crosby trade rumors and all that jazz went down pretty quick when they took over. And I think it's mostly talk, to be honest. I think it's going to be quiet just because they don't have much to work with. And the fact is they don't really want to mortgage too much of the future when really they don't have much to deal with anyway. So I think they'll take the rest of the year to evaluate. If they do anything, it'll be small. Don't expect a blockbuster deal out of Pittsburgh, not at all.
Awesome. Okay.